Hello and welcome, right? Today we're going to have a look at a new game, Wargame Red Dragon. It's in open beta at the moment. If you pre-order it, you get open beta. Also, if you have Airland Battle, you get 25% off. But today we're going to look at the Navy side of things. Look at the boats that NATO have to offer. First we're going to start with the command ships, I believe. And that's the first one, the Fremantle. I think that's how you pronounce it. As you can see, this the priority weapon this ship I'd say is mortars. Peculiarly enough. Not the best range, especially when it's a ship. And you'll see the range of the missiles soon. It's not the best thing. We've got this gun at the front. I guess that would be... I'd probably be used for obviously taking out incoming missiles, I guess, as well as the dual Brownings, but they're no anti-radar, so they might have a tough time. To be honest, I wouldn't really use this ship, especially for 100 points. Yeah, I wouldn't use it. Next ship. Now this is a monster. As you can see, we've got the main gun at the front. It's not the best either, but that'll do its job. You need to get in close to use it, but I will get the job done. You can see it also has 8,750 meters, which I believe is the best for NATO at the range of their missiles. You see that I'd assume this is a launcher here, just behind the main gun. And obviously it's got good range, but it's not got the best accuracy. And like I said, it's the best range for NATO, but Park do beat that quite some bit. But at the plus side, it does have 32 anti-air missiles, which can obviously take out helicopters, airplanes, as well as incoming missiles from enemy ships and planes and helicopters. And next we have the most expensive for NATO, the Congo, which I believe is a Type 45 destroyer, but for some reason it's got some weird name. Now, as you can see, its main gun, I believe, has the best range for the main gun, so you'll get the best out of that. Also, not the best accuracy, but I mean, I'll get the job done. Then we obviously have, yet again, 8 of these harpoon missiles, which can be, what the hell are they? Oh, they launch from the deck, I think. Yeah, it appears so. And then of course we have 96 radar missiles again, which can be used to take out helicopters, airplanes. You see they've got a good range in helicopters. Yeah, pretty good range in airplanes as well. And accuracy 50%. Even though that bar is way above 50%, but it's beta, it's beta. As well as this, you can also see it has Vulcans, miniguns, which would also be used to take out incoming missiles. There's one at the front there, and there's one at the back. As well as these do have these platforms, which I believe eventually will be used for landing helicopters, so you can resupply them at sea. But at the present time, I don't think it does that, and you can't check because there's no naval battles at the moment. Right, next we have the Lafayette. It's much smaller, but as you can see, it has exceptional EMC, 60%. 60%. I'm pretty sure that's the best you can get. Its main cannon has it's pretty average range, I guess. You would have to get close to use it. It doesn't have the best radar missiles either for range. So this ship you'd have to get closer, but because of this EMC value, if it's targeted, it's got a lot less chance of being hit. What else does this ship have? Obviously it's got 24 radar missiles again, used to take out incoming missiles, but also can be used to take out planes and helicopters alike. And you see it's also got the landing platform in the back, which seems to be a waste if it's not going to be used for landing helicopters, although that might be a hard mechanic to implement. As you can see, it also has small guns, deck guns at each side, which I'd assume would fire at incoming missiles or be used as anti-air. the Oliver Hazard Perry. I'd say this is more of a kind of design from, well, an upgraded design from World War II vessel, but I honestly don't really know. As you can see, this one, the main gun allocated in the middle of the ship, despite to every other ship so far which has it at the front. Instead, this one at the front has its harpoon launcher. So of course this one's going to be much slower because it has to be loaded manually. Well, I believe that's a harpoon launcher. Can't really see anywhere else it would be. As well as that, it's also got, yet again, radar missiles. NATO do love the missiles. And of course it's got a Vulcan at the front. Not a Vulcan at the back, sorry. And that would be it. So this one, for proper use of it, you're going to have to put it in its side. So facing the side of the enemy. So it can use that Vulcan, it can use that main gun, it can use that harpoon launcher all at the same time. As well as anti-radar missiles, which couldn't really tell you where they're located. But it'll probably be in plain sight and I'm just being an idiot. Next, and last of the command ships, I believe, is it? Yep, I'd say it is. Yeah, it's the last of the command ships. We've got the Type 21 frigate. As you can see, it has, yet again, a main gun. It's terrible accuracy, like they all do. Its range still isn't as good, but it still has decent range in comparison to some of the others. As you can see, the 4 anti-ship missiles are located at the front here, just behind that main gun. But you will notice that the range of them, yet again, isn't exactly the best. Neither is the range of the anti-air missiles, so they're probably better for intercepting missiles, enemy missiles as they come in, I'd say. So this ship is kind of one that you maybe want to put just in front of your main ship. Although I've not had a chance to use the sea battle yet, so I cannot tell you if that's a good thing or not. Right, we've got the Baku next. Baku. This is, I feel like this should be more of a riverine boat, but it's a coastal. So this one is more designed for support along the coast when you're advancing your troops, because it's got that cannon which can take out tanks. So I'm pretty sure it can take out tanks. And then it has 12 anti-air missiles, which would be much better to take out anti-air in comparison to incoming missiles, but they can do that job. And then of course it's got the dual Brownings on each side, which should be good for taking out infantry, if there's any infantry on the coast. This is more of a this is, like it says, a coastal ship, but I believe it should be more of designed for a river. Right, next on the agenda, the Chamsuri. As you can see, this thing is just loaded with weapons. It's got its main cannon. It doesn't have the best range either, so this, yeah, as it says, it's more of a kind of coastal ship. But those Vulcans, just because of the amount of rounds they can fire a second, might be really effective in dealing with incoming missiles. So I believe this ship would be a good one to, like, just, you know, squeeze in with your main ships, in the hope that the Vulcans do some damage and take out some incoming missiles. Because as you can see as well, the range, they're only going to be opening fire at any air targets anytime soon. And of course, as those Brownings as well. Where are they? Yeah, they're there. So it's the 2 Brownings as well. So it's designed for the coast, take out infantry on the coast. Here we have the Donghae as cannon, like the most of them now is located at the front. And as you can see, it has better range than some of the other cannons, but yet again, you're going to have to get close to use this against ships. This is much more effective against ground targets, I would say, as it is coastal yet again. And then it also has these dual cannons at the front and at the rear, which will be extremely effective against, as you can see, against any kind of infantry that any type of air units that the enemy can send at you. Its accuracy 50%, phenomenal for a 30mm machine gun to be firing. And then of course the last thing is this dual Beaufort right at the back there. Guess that's used for again. It seems like it should be used for air, but apparently it seems to be better against ground units. Maybe even better using that helicopter. It's not got the range for aeroplanes. Maybe it's good flak to take out incoming missiles. I don't know, time will tell. And this would be the resupply ship. To me this looks just a lot like a troop transport, but I guess you could just chuck it with supplies and it did the exact same job. What, a 10,000 litre capacity is pretty good for resupplying. Although you don't get a choice, there's nothing else to resupply unless that's where you can use the landing pad for, land a supply chopper on the back of the boat. Nice idea, but we'll need to wait and see, on time will tell. But yeah, it's just a simply resupply ship. 75 points is pretty expensive, but 10,000 litres and it resupplies your ships, so now here we have the riverine section of the boats. This is the Monitor 105. As you can see, this has an artillery piece, so obviously this is designed to support the ground advances, but it can also be used quite easily to suppress enemy ships. At least I hope it could do that, because if you can't use artillery against ships then you've not got much else. It also has these two 20mm cannons, which should be extremely effective against taking out infantry and down the rivers and any obviously light armoured vehicles, transports. Now here we have the Zippo, the Monitor Zippo. And this is just basically a flamethrower on a boat. That's all it is. It's got the 20mm cannons again. It's got a dual M2 Browning, which is somewhere. And then it's got the massive napalm flamethrower. So obviously this is designed to burn forests beside the water, take out any infantry. Next, it's my most favourite looking ship, I must admit. Pegasus. It's a coastal ship, but it's in, for some reason, the riverine section. It's probably just a bug at the moment. Now I believe this is the fastest ship at 38 knots. So it's more of a kind of hit and run tactic, especially since it has these long range missiles, or like I said, the longest range for NATO has 8 of them. And I believe it fires 2 at the same time, in order to make it harder for the enemy to shoot them down. And also has this main cannon, which I'd say is more for supporting ground, but you could, if you could get close enough, you could use it against ships, suppress them. Now we have the Pohang. I really like this ship just because it's armed to the teeth. As you can see, it's got 76mm, same as the last ship there. It's obviously slower than the last ship though. But it has 2 of these cannons, so this is a ship you want to get on its side. So there's 2 of these cannons, and then they're obviously not listed at the moment, but you can also see these 2 other cannons, which would be anti-air or anti-missile. And then of course it has the long range, 4 of the long range missiles, which you can see 2 of them there and there. But yeah, again, some things are just mysteries in these ships. As you can see though, this one does not have a landing pad because it has that other weapon. Right, and last but not least we have the Riverine. This little tiny lovely boat. Yet again, this is for taking out infantry primarily, but it does have anti-tank missiles with excellent range, amazing accuracy, amazing armour piercing capability, pretty effective. Then it also has 4 dual M2 Brownings to support infantry, and then 1 grenade launcher. Should obviously do heavy damage against infantry. And that's all we have for ships on the NATO side. Thanks for watching. Bye.